Welcome back to the morning show. Hope everyone's having a great day so far. Our day is about to get a little bit better because we are welcoming in from Penn Chiropractic Center, Dr. Randy Penn. Good morning, Doc.
Morning, Andy.
Welcome
Good to
back.
See you. Thank you. Thanks, Jennifer.
We're going to talk about today one of the only topics I get right in Trivial Pursuit: sports. Sports.
I know you always look at me
No,
with
you were
funny little smile on your face when we say sports.
Well, you were not an athlete, but you were a mother of athletes, right?
First of all, I was a really great athletic supporter. I was a cheerleader,
And
we ran circles around the football players.
I'm sure you did. When they were in a huddle and under a timeout, you ran around.
Not
No?
true.
No.
Moving on.
Anyways, so this is a perfect example. You've got children competing in sports that you have no idea about what they're doing.
I mean, you just say competing in sports, I have no
I know.
idea, period. But Randy's actually helped Katie through, she used to do gymnastics, and she's been in dance for years, and she had a big growth spurt, and with that came some injuries to her knees and things like that. But she just keeps trudging along, so she is in track now. So for all of those, actually not just students, because we keep threatening to do a 5K. For like 3 years we've been threatening it. If somebody is starting to do something new, what are some things they should be doing to best practices for them?
Well, I would start by really checking their entire system, right? So when we're looking at athletes, we're looking for their gait. We're not just looking at let's say back pain or neck pain, right? We're focusing on how are they moving, and so if their posture's off at all, we always look at posture first. So if posture is off at all, we want to make certain that we're in the best posture before we start any kind of exercise, right? So any shoulder tilt, pelvic tilt, if you see a foot flare, if they're running and you see, why is that foot always, there's a high likelihood there's some alignment issue somewhere along the way, somewhere in the chain. Could be in the foot, it could be in the knee, we don't know, it could be in the pelvis. But that's kind of where I would check, is I would always look at posture first, and parents can do a home check. You can just see if your child's shoulders are level. If they're slightly off at all,
I feel self-conscious right now.
There's a high likelihood, right, that something is off.
Do I have to stand to do it?
You can stand if you want.
Can I do it with heels?
Yeah, I think
All
you
right.
can.
My balance.
You have a slight head rotation.
Shocking.
How's her gait?
Well, I can't see.
I'm tethered.
He's on a tether. Your shoulders are actually fairly level, just slightly anterior in this plane.
That's from doing this nonstop.
Right.
Yeah.
So technology, especially kids looking down.
Kids on their phone and their iPad, right?
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Randy taught me that you do this
Yeah.
every morning and every night, and I do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot worse if I didn't. So when you think about that, I think about our parents and my dear neighbors, and it's like they get one thing fixed and then something else is wrong, and it's because they probably overcompensated or adjusted the way they were doing something because of an injury, putting more pressure on another area. So when you say that about making sure your overall is in good shape, can you prevent other injuries?
Without question. When the posture's in good alignment, that tells us that the nerve system then is functioning better. When the nerve system's functioning better, it's telling all the muscles what to do, the ligaments, tendons. The nerve system controls and coordinates 70 trillion cells.
70 trillion cells?
70 trillion, that's what makes us up.
So
There's 70 trillion
that's a lot.
little pieces of Andy.
That is a lot.
That's a lot of work,
pieces.
right?
Yeah.
It's a big job, and the nerve system is one of the least understood. Really, neuroscience has really taken us to a whole different level, understanding how important the nerve system is to keep balance, so that other body systems are performing, and that's really when we talk about sports performance or changing sports, we got to make sure that the body's in the best posture, because then if posture is the window to the spine. And then the window to the spine, which is posture, is the window to our health, because it's the window to our nerve system, right?
Let's talk a little bit about youth sports. It's turned into this just giant trophy chasing, traveling, hotel staying, Facebook
You're
posting.
not kidding.
mayhem of people living vicariously through their parents, trying to have athletic achievements that their parents wish they had. But what that means is we're traveling all over and we're playing so many games with these kids on different surfaces, right?
Yeah.
Just the overuse, is that something that we should be worried about?
I think so, big time. And multiple sports at the same time, I think, is really challenging, especially in a growing, developing, spine and nerve system and muscular skeletal system. So, and emotionally,
Right.
quite frankly, it's when we're having to do dual sports. I mean, just think about it on the pro level, how many of the really made it at that, and when they did, it didn't go so hot for most of them. But the idea is, I think we need to kind of back off. I think it's a great point. We need to. I think one sport at a time is probably reasonable. I mean, sometimes it's, they overlap a little bit, but the idea is if we're pushing and we've got, game after game after game at high intensity, and kids are trying their hardest. And kids are, they're not going to back off if they're in multiple sports like that. Yeah. But there is a lot of chance for injury and overuse type injury, and at a young age, that can be really. Really tough, because then later on in life, then now we're battling things that.
I know you treat a lot of overuse injuries, and you won't notice it when you're 10, 11, 12, 13, but maybe you turn 18, 19, 20, and those joints are a certain thing that was bothering you. It's just flat out overused. It needs to be repaired.
Yeah, it's a great point again, guys. It's the vast majority of adult health issues are childhood mishaps, whether it's sports injuries or falling out of a tree or just stumbling or falling off a bike that maybe went undetected.
Right. How many falls did you have?
Uncorrected.
I had hundreds of falls.
I mean, I trip over the pattern in the carpet. I'm the most uncoordinated person on the planet. And lots of boo-boos.
Yeah. So it's for real, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've got to protect the framework, right? And so. It gets missed though. If we're not, and we don't. When we're younger, when we fall and we get hurt, we heal so fast because we have all these enzymes, these proteolytic enzymes that break down some of the scar tissue that could be building up. Well, when we sprain something later, we don't have those enzymes, and now we get this scar tissue that builds up, and we don't heal as quickly.
How about someone who feels good, just wants to improve their overall performance? We're all looking for an edge, whether we're a committed athlete or just someone wants to do better for our health. Even if we feel okay, we still should come see you, Doc.
Well, I think that's really where we specialize, Andy, is it's not only just helping people get well from an injury, which a lot of people, that's when they're coming, but is to help them stay well. Once they get well, is to really help them stay well. So I've been getting adjusted for 35 years, or 37 years now. Wow. So.
Yeah. And how long have you been in practice? Is it 30?
It's been 30. Well, yeah, it's just over 30.
Isn't that amazing? That's awesome. Awesome.
Do you still get the charge? Well, you must get a charge when you see results in your patients.
Yes. It's it's the kind of thing where I can't wait to get there, because we know we get to see miracles every day. Yeah. So we're blessed with an amazing group of patients, and they tell their friends, and so it's really it's exciting, because every day we know that there's going to be challenges and that we have solutions for the vast majority of them.
Doc, what's the best way to start the process? Whether you're in pain or just want to learn a little bit about their body and possibly seek some treatment.
So on the wellness side, you don't have to have, like you said, you don't have to be in pain or a crisis to get checked. In fact, that's the best time to get checked, because then it's more subtle, and then we can really go into a program that helps them get there quickly. But I would say probably our website, or just call for a complimentary consultation. But docpenn.com, there's a way to kind of investigate some things. And the other site is at Disc Centers of America in Jackson. That's got all kinds of research and things if they've got disc issues. But
what is that?
Disc Centers of America. That's a group that we joined.
Oh, nice.
And it's really just, it's a group of doctors that basically have kind of banded together that are really focusing on disc issues.
Nice.
So
I
they're
would
really
say
good.
and one message too is don't wait.
Yeah.
Do not wait. I know a lot of people plan their visits around activities, but the longer you wait, just the worse it's going to be. I mean, it's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, unfortunately things, even though the symptoms may go away, the problem still exists. So we don't always focus, we don't just chase the pain.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because if we're just chasing the pain, that's just a palliative thing. We're going for function and performance, and so if we're just chasing pain, and once the pain's gone, we're not doing anything, then we're missing, I think, really the opportunity to go to a higher level.
You say that about function and performance, and that's one thing that I really appreciate about chiropractic care in general is the overall health, especially when you talk about our kids. We have them so busy. You remind us, don't be feeding them fast food. Fuel their body. You know, if they need certain supplements, or like you mentioned, we don't get enough vitamin D here, especially the majority of the year. So you can help us with supplements and things that improve us that way. You mentioned that about my posture, and I know that's from being on my phone nonstop. So just those reminders to put that down, I know that I appreciate for myself and as a parent. So I hope other parents will heed that and get in to see you.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope so too.
Thanks.
I think that's really the goal, is to educate them first and then take them to that next level.
Thanks, Doc. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks, Andy.
Dr. Penn from Penn Chiropractic Center on the morning show. We'll be right back after this quick break.